Hey, what's up, guys? Chris here, and I'm wanting to talk about logical fallacies and the need to recognize them and avoid them in arguing a point. Now, in my English Composition 1 and 2 college classes, the point of logical fallacies was really made, and we had to learn them to avoid them when doing the argumentative essays, when writing the argumentative essays. So, in the description below, I'm going to leave a link to a whole list of a ton of different logical fallacies. If you look at it, there are a lot of them. And the two that I've seen the most common or most recent is the Straw Man Fallacy, and that's misrepresenting another person's position. And usually that's argued against, and the misrepresented point is refuted, but the actual point was not. So, and then the other one that I've seen is that ad hominem fallacy, where that's attacking the person rather than the argument. So, again, I'm going to leave a whole link in the description below that has a ton of them in there. And I'm in a private group on Facebook where a lot of where other brothers and sisters in Christ can come to talk about stuff, and we have, like, we're always joking around, like, when we point out all these fallacies that other people have used, they're like, stop pointing out all these fallacies, or why do you keep looking for fallacies? And what I say, it's like, well, stop using fallacies and I will stop pointing them out. And I've had to deal with that myself. One of my friends, when arguing, keeps using fallacies, and they get mad at me, saying that, oh, everything I say is a fallacy, that my logic's always wrong. And it's like, well, it is. If you look, that is a logical fallacy, so yes, your logic is wrong. So instead of getting angry about it, fix it. And I'm not saying that it's only non-believers that use logical fallacies. I have seen fellow Christians use logical fallacies sometimes, and I'm like, whoa, back it up, fix that. Do not use that in an argument. That's a logical fallacy. And I don't think I've used any logical fallacies before. Sometimes you can use them on accident without even realizing it, but most of the time I wouldn't say most of the time. Sometimes it's on purpose. Sometimes you don't even realize that you just used it. It's just bad logic and you didn't realize it. So if I have ever used any, I completely missed it, and I hope someone will catch me on it and show me this is a logical fallacy, so I can go, oh, I just completely made a mistake there. I am human. Everybody's human. We make mistakes sometimes. So it's important to recognize that. But yeah, it's important to recognize the logical fallacies, so you can say, wait, your argument is weak here, that you're not actually proving your point, you used the logical fallacy in that. And you need to avoid them in argumentation for that exact reason, because the other person can say the same for you, and your point will not be made because your argument is flawed. So always be making sure that you're not using logical fallacies. So go ahead and read most of the logical fallacies listed there. There's a lot in there, so I'm not expecting everyone to read through the whole thing. If you did, or if you do, that would be awesome. But what I was about to say is, sometimes people assert that things you have said are logical fallacies when they're not. So there's one that's I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's like it's scare tactics, and they claim that talking about hell is a scare tactic. And I'm just saying, it's as much as a scare tactic as saying you will go to jail for breaking the law. It's not a scare tactic, it's just reality. Now, if I were to try to say, oh, you better believe, or otherwise, like if I'm trying to force you to believe in that way because, oh, you're going to go to hell, then that would be scare tactics. But saying, if you keep on sinning, if you keep on disobeying God, if you keep on keeping yourself separated from God, then in the end you are going to have eternal separation from God, which is hell. That's not scare tactics. That's just what will happen. So, and people, everyone that I know and everyone that I don't know should not use hell as an argument to get people to believe in Christianity. I don't see how you could use it that way. So, be watching for when people say that something of yours is a fallacy, because sometimes it might not be. They think it is, but it's not a fallacy. So, yeah, be able to recognize when others do use a fallacy and avoid using them yourself. So, have an awesome day, and God bless you.